I'm doing everything I can to know who Vadim was, as if, I was talking to him right now.
It's been just over 2 months since 37-year-old Vadim Kruglov was found dead in a pool of blood at this year's Burning Man festival.
He was killed by knife, but leading up to that is what we have to piece together in order to get a solid case.
The officers are now asking for the public's help, zeroing in on Vadim's last location.
It's a mystery why he was there, who he went there with, if anyone. That's one thing that we're asking the public's help for sure.
Burning Man, the annual 9-day gathering held in the Black Rock Desert of Nevada, filled with parties, DJ sets, and art. Part spiritual journey, part endurance test, taking place on the dried lake bed, dubbed the Playa. The festival, drawing some of the hottest DJs in the world, like John Summit, who performed this year. Celebrity burners include Susan Sarandon, Heidi Klum, and Katy Perry, all of them posting their Burning Man adventures on Instagram. Also making the pilgrimage to the Playa, tech titans of Silicon Valley. The pinnacle, the burning of the man itself, an effigy set ablaze, symbolizing release and rebirth.
If you've seen Burning Man from above, it's a half circle. There are streets that run through the town that kind of are in like a rainbow shape. Then you have the man directly out from that in the middle of the Playa, and that's where all these art installations are and people ride bikes through.
Among those who felt the spirit of Burning Man, Vadim, a Russian-born resident of Washington State in New York City, going for his first time this year.
Vadim was so creative, brave, and honest person. He all-time positive, all-time helping people.
Sofia Sherbakova and Anna Rode set up camp with Vadim.
He was so nice. We talked with each other. He was like, hey, how are you? What's going on? I'm Vadim. He was very normal, very nice guy.
But before the namesake man was burned, Vadim separated from Sofia and Anna.
So you knew at that point that your friend had gone missing, Vadim was missing?
Yeah.
During the beginning parts of the burning of the man effigy, there was a report to one of the roaming patrols that there was a gentleman that was, on the ground covered in blood with a knife wound.
My colleague Josh Margolin met up with the lead investigator of the homicide, Josh Nicholson, at the entrance to the Playa.
And the body was inside a tent?
It's equivalent to that of like a circus tent, open to the public to come and go, to whether they lounge, socialize, mingle, drink.
Have you gotten identities of other people that were in the tent shortly before this occurred?
We have the identities of who ran the camp. They were actually there relatively soon after he was found. So we've been working with them as well to try to get information on who might have been there before.
The challenge for police, tracking down evidence in a pop-up city of almost 80,000. But they did find the knife that killed Vadim.
So that knife should have 200 or 2,000 DNA samples on it because it was used as a communal knife for a week.
That's what we believe, yes.
The Pershing County, Nevada Sheriff's Office is asking for help from anyone who was at Burning Man and saw Vadim in this area on August 30th.
He was killed by knife. But leading up to that is what we have to piece together. No one has came out to say that Vadim had any ties to that camp, that he was found at. No one knew who he was.
Do you know that the knife came from the tent where he was found?
That's not verified either. Nope, that's why we put out a picture of a similar knife. I'd like to find the set that knife came with.
Nicholson and his team have come up with a theory of what they believe happened.
Among the people who are interested in following this case, which is a substantial community out there,
yep.
There are people that seem to come down on two different sides.
Mm-hmm.
One, that this was the result of something that occurred at the Playa,
mm-hmm.
and one is that it was something that occurred elsewhere,
yeah.
and the killer came to the Playa.
Okay.
Can you say which one you're leaning toward?
I think it's a mixture of both. I think some outside circumstances found themselves here at the Playa.
Because Vadim did have circles of friends. He was known on the Playa.
Yes, this was his first time to the Playa, but he came with a group of friends.
Vadim's friends and family also continued their search for answers as they grieve a tragic loss.
Vadim was killed by knife. What happened, who did it, we still don't know, and we need help. But I wish we can find the person who did it and give to Vadim's memory.
Our thanks to Ashen. For much more on the mystery of what happened at Burning Man and why the annual event has become such a cultural phenomenon, watch Impact by Nightline, Burning Man, Death in the Desert, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.